Hello, everybody. This is Jackie Cox coming to you again with ACE Community. So, adventure, creativity, and enjoyment. And we are super excited. Our meeting coming up this week on Wednesday, July 1st. We do meet from 4 to 6 p.m. at Bucket List Tavern in Castle Rock. But we are super excited to have five of our member speakers share their insights, lessons learned along the way, something they've overcome, challenges they've faced along the way in life or business. And today we have Heather Bergen with In the Meantime Unlimited. So, Heather, welcome. We're super excited to have you.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So, we have a great lineup. Heather's one of them, and we're going to chat a little bit right now. And that way you get to know Heather a little bit. And then be sure to check out all five speakers coming up this coming Wednesday, July 1st. So, I will introduce Heather here, and then we're just going to have a nice, easy conversation here. As an entrepreneur, a wife, and mother of three young women, Heather Bergen of In the Meantime Unlimited knows there are many challenges women face. Her experiences as a nurse, financial advisor, and health coach allowed her insight into how people behave and make decisions, sometimes sabotaging the goals they said were important to them. Creating goals that are in alignment with who you are facilitates achieving those goals. The first step in this process is self-discovery. Heather is a self-discovery facilitator using life coaching infused with human design and gene keys. As a space holder for deep healing using breath work, yoga, and sound modalities. She helps you break through your limiting beliefs, feel supported and seen. This multifaceted approach jumpstarts your return to your authentic self. So, Heather, welcome. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Happy to
absolutely.
be here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, Heather, tell us a little bit how you got started in your business. I know the bio tells it a little bit, but tell us how you got started in your business and what was your passion leading to that?
So interesting, right? Like you just sort of follow the path in your life and you're not even paying attention. And to me, that is where the name In the Meantime for my business came from. Is
Okay.
you're always in the meantime, you're always building and growing. You just may not be doing it intentionally or realizing that was your path. So, when I was younger, I wanted to be a nurse, and then I was a nurse.
Yeah.
And that's like the helping people part,
Mhm.
right? I had that deep desire to help others,
Mhm.
um, always and that is pretty much in me. And if you look at my human design, you would see that is absolutely true. Um, but then I always call now looking back, right? It's always easier to look back with perspective and a lot harder
Right.
to see when you're in the moment what is going on. But when I look back now, I look at getting married and having three kids as sort of like this epic side quest of, I wanted to help people. And then my husband was deployed and in the military, and I had three kids, and we lived 3,000
Mhm.
miles from any family. So
Right.
I was pretty much on my own doing the child rearing.
Wow.
Um, and it didn't lend to being able to work outside the home, you know?
Sure.
And
Sure.
there were definitely moments where I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to get a job and go make a paycheck because raising three kids is a lot, and not realizing at the time that they were all um, somewhat neurodivergent
Okay.
in different ways, right? And they were not fitting in the mold or fitting in school or fitting in a lot of processes that I don't know, you just think, oh, you have kids and then they're going to go to school and you're going to have all your time back. But no, that's not how it always worked. And,
Sure.
um, they found some of them. I have three, so like a couple found school very challenging. And
Yeah.
then the other one was great at school, so I think I got off track here. But anyway, my point is I was learning a lot. I was
Yeah.
learning a lot about being a parent and raising
Sure.
kids. And there were not really a lot of books at the time. There's a lot more now. But at the
Sure.
time back then, I was navigating a lot of this on my own and having to use, again, my own intuition. And that's one thing we talk about a lot in my coaching or self-discovery program is really using your own intuition to find your
Hmm.
path and not trying to look outside yourself um, for for the path. The path is within you, right?
Yeah,
And so um, I just had to do a lot of that as a parent. And again, figuring out all these things. And my kids are like neurodivergent in in the quirky way, right? It wasn't obvious,
sure.
I would, I was curious, should I get them tested, whatever. Um, and nothing ever really fell out. I think now it would, but back then it was more like, we just have to figure out how to work with this,
Sure.
and again, there weren't a lot of books and guides, and I really had to figure it out a lot on my own. Yeah, and they're all now young women in their 20s and um, moving on with their lives with jobs and really thriving.
Sure. Yeah,
But
of
there were
course.
times that it was really hard and I didn't always know if we were going to make it through. And I started again collecting resources, collecting modalities,
Mm,
collecting information. I volunteered at the schools. I became a volunteer with an organization called the National Alliance for Mental Illness,
mm,
um, teaching a class that helped families that had children with mental illness.
hmm.
Um, and these were all volunteer opportunities that I did while my kids were younger and I hadn't created my own business, but it definitely informed me along the way about maybe what I saw needs, what people needed, like you
Hmm.
see what people need and then you try to create something that can help fill that gap.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I think that's so beautiful, and thank you for sharing your journey with us, Heather. You talk a bit about intuition when it comes to your clients and even raising your adult children and things like that. So how do you feel like your intuition has guided you, not only helping your clients, but then also helping you as you were raising your family?
Yeah, I mean, I think now I'm a lot more intentional
Sure, great.
about using
Yeah.
my intuition and aware that, I think one of my friends had a quote that was like, if you're trying to explain your intuition, it's not your intuition. Like
Ah.
if you're trying to find the reason or the rationale for that decision, like, no, you just say it's my intuition. Like,
Mhm.
own that that's just coming from me. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I didn't even realize how much I was using my intuition when my kids were younger. I was just like, I don't know, this is just we're gonna have to go with what works for us.
Yeah.
And but yeah, then as I got more into owning a business and wanting to talk about intuition,
Hmm.
I did take some classes and continue to study ways in which we use our intuition and
Yeah.
how everybody uses it a little bit differently.
Sure.
And that's again with the human design, it it can help you see how does intuition feel in your body.
Sure. Yeah.
So um that's I don't know. Did I answer the question?
You did. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think intuition, I think there's a piece of it that goes along with passion as well. And I think there's you've got to trust yourself. You've got to trust the decisions that you're making. And yes, will we make mistakes? Yes, of course. That's how we
Mhm.
continue to learn and grow. Also, I think intuition is a bit connected to your passion. If it scares you a little bit and you're excited about it, that's probably your intuition saying, go for it. You've got this.
Yes.
You
Hmm.
know, and so I think that that's really amazing that you're doing that. And so talk to us a little bit about some of the modalities that you use. I know you're saying breath work is somewhat new to you, some of these things. So talk
Hmm.
to us about some of those that you're using to help your clients and what are some of the major things you're helping them break through?
The first one I would say is just that sense of being seen. So
Sure.
I do just some life coaching. So like some dreaming and manifesting and figuring out what your path is, but then infusing it with a thing called human design, which
Hmm.
is sort of based a little bit in astrology. Um,
Hmm.
it's based on your birthday, but it gives you a chart, and you can look at that chart, and from that chart, you can start to dive into maybe what are some of your strengths, what
Hmm.
are some of your challenge areas, and then every time anyone works with me, I know they leave feeling validated and seen. That is
Great.
that is really, and then given a little something to work on, right? Something
Right.
to pay attention
Right.
to. But yeah, I would say mostly validated and seen. And then sometimes we just have these areas that we keep running into blocks or something like that, like
Mhm.
obstacles, like, why can't I move past this?
Sure.
What's holding me back? And that is where some of the more somatic modalities, like the yoga and breath work and
Hmm.
sound, come in because it's just another way to help rewire your brain, not just by thinking or trying to force like a habit, but
Hmm.
actually creating new neural pathways in your brain to help
Sure.
you overcome an obstacle.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
And so typically when people work with you, so what is the time frame ideally that they're working with you, that they're trying to work through these things? Sometimes I know it takes longer than,
mhm.
our kind of intention, but what is in a scenario where they work with you with through these different modalities, what does that look like?
I mean, the coaching program is an 8-week program.
Okay. Wow.
So, which I like to be complete within 12 weeks
Yeah.
because sometimes life happens,
Yeah.
and you need an extra week or something like that. So,
Sure.
it's kind of an 8-week program that's completed within 12. The breathwork sessions are whenever needed. They can be done during the um, program, or they can just be one-offs,
Okay.
where maybe you just have something, because I do them at Northgate Yoga Well
Hmm.
monthly. So people can just come in and say they have a block they want to overcome, or they don't even know. Um, we can just figure something out while you're there. It's not,
Hmm.
um, sometimes you think you're coming in to work on one thing with the breath work, and then turns out you worked on something else because that was what
Yeah.
came up, right? So, um, again, feeling seen, feeling validated, um,
Sure.
and getting to know yourself works in the breath work as well as the coaching. But the coaching is mainly an 8-week program.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And so what do you feel has been the most appreciation thing that you've seen, or most accomplished thing that you've seen your clients overcome? And I imagine that makes you feel really great as their coach, and really helping them through those moments. What do you think has been something that you've really seen a big change in?
I mean, mostly it's just like them seeing themselves,
Yeah. Okay.
them like trusting their own decision making,
Sure.
or yeah, just following their intuition, N- knowing that it's valid and theirs and a thing, and that they don't need to look outside themselves for
Yeah.
this guidance. But again, you have a coach, you have guidance. I'm still
Yeah.
providing like a container, but also teaching them to trust themselves more, uh,
Yeah.
in any area of their life, whether it's parenting, running a business,
Yeah.
those things.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Heather, you mentioned that you're going to be talking a little bit about, I'm looking at your topic here, about raising your neurodivergent children and then your epic side quest. Tell us a little bit about just a
Well,
couple things you might
yeah,
be sharing.
I feel like the epic side quest was raising these kids, right? Like
Yeah.
I was working, I here I didn't even know I was gonna have three kids. I was not
Yeah,
like I was not like the little girl that was like, I'm gonna be married and have kids. Like
sure,
that really wasn't on my radar.
sure.
It was again a weird, I think it was trusting my intuition. Like suddenly, like, oh, you're not gonna go get your master's or PhD in nursing. You're gonna do this other thing. And this was before all the internet stuff, so there wasn't like the option to do both. Like now, I think probably could have gone back to school, even though I live
Sure.
on an island, but at the time, so yeah, and I'm like, oh wow, my life just really took this turn,
Yeah,
huh? Didn't see that coming.
sure.
Um, and then as they got older, I was like getting back into myself and what I wanted to do for me, not for other people. And
Yeah,
um, yeah, that was when I realized that these raising these children really gave me a lot more opportunities and skills than I was giving myself credit for, honestly.
yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing.
So,
What
yeah.
what a huge thing to see and see your own progress in that space as well. I think that's incredible.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, Heather, we obviously, with Ace Community, we like to have fun here. And so tell us some things that you've done either for fun for yourself or more adventurous that you've done in the past. So just talk to us a little bit about some of the things that you've done or would like to do that you feel connected to.
So, of course, we're in Colorado. So, I had to hike at least one 14er, right? I'm not sure I need to do that again,
Okay.
but but it was on the list and checked off. I'm like, yes, I've done that. Um,
Good.
and it was good. Yeah. And I don't know. Right now, I am just enjoying doing the breath work and the retreats, taking
Awesome.
more opportunities as a participant as well as a practitioner in
Hmm.
both of those. I love what I do. Like that's the beauty of building your own business, isn't it?
Yes.
You create the thing that lights you up so that when you're
Yeah.
doing it, you're it's fulfilling. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
I definitely have just created that. So there's not a lot of other, little weekend trips or fun. I have one friend's planning a weekend getaway with the girls. So doing stuff
Beautiful.
like that, taking that time for me.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I don't have any major trips or activities planned at this time.
Yeah. Well, that's why
And
you're part of ACE. I can help you with that as
I
well.
know, right. I need somebody to just guide me along that stuff. So we are another fun thing is we're going to remodel the bathroom. Woo! How is
Oh, that's
that
awesome.
exciting? It's exciting for me.
That is exciting. Are you doing the work yourself or are you
Oh
hiring
no, 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 no.
Okay.
I don't think that would be fun.
Okay.
I'll do the
I asked
pick and
because
picking out the tiles, that part's,
yeah,
that is creative too, right? Like
absolutely.
figuring out the all of that. So
Yes.
that is my creativity project for the next few months for
Oh,
sure.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Yes, all that stuff gets to be super fun. And then, I hope you get to a point where you're like, all right, decisions made and we can just start. I don't want you to get in decision paralysis.
No, I'm pretty close. I would think we're pretty close. Like I've got the main tiles picked out, so we're working from that. And I really
Good.
love them. And every time I see them, I really love them. So I know they're the right ones.
Awesome. It makes you feel good and excited to be in that space. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. And Heather, so what is the best way for people to get in touch with you? I know that you mentioned your website is going through a process here. So you tell us what's the best way for people to get in
Yeah,
touch with
they can always like email me from my website, but
you.
honestly, and you said we're streaming on Facebook,
Mhm.
so bonus, I'm a Facebook girl. Heather
Okay.
Bergen, I have in the meantime Unlimited as a page, but honestly, my Facebook page is my page. So
Okay.
you just don't mind seeing a little bit about my family life, as well as my business stuff,
Yeah.
you can reach out to me or follow me on Heather Bergen on Facebook.
Okay.
I have LinkedIn and I have Instagram
Okay.
as well. In the meantime, ULTD for Instagram.
Okay.
So, but honestly, I'm a Facebook person.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. No, I totally understand that, and I will be tagging you in the post as well, so people can easily connect with you that way. But definitely, I appreciate your time joining me today. So again, reminder everybody, we do have our next meeting coming up this Wednesday, July 1st. We do meet from 4 to 6 p.m. at Bucket List Tavern in Castle Rock, Colorado. So I hope that we would love to see you there. That way you can, learn from from Heather and all of our other speakers as well. Go ahead and register for free, ace-community.com. So ace-community.com. And that will give you the opportunity to register for free with the link there as well. So we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday to hear all of our amazing speakers. And be sure to connect with Heather Bergen on Facebook to learn more about what she's up to with In the Meantime Unlimited. So Heather, thank you again. I really appreciate your time and energy.
Thank you, Jackie.
Absolutely.